The prepared environment is more than just the classroom. It also involves the community of children. That's what gives life to the whole environment. And we do need to think about our classroom community. We need to think about that, the group of children that is going to animate everything within our environment. One thing to consider is the number of children. There is a tendency right now in education to think that smaller groups of children is better for their education. But actually, in a Montessori environment, we'd like a large group of children, 25 to 35, or whatever's going to work for your school community. But the larger group of children supports their independence. It allows them to recognize how much they're capable of doing themselves, and it helps to build a culture of the children helping one another. I know I can do that, so I can offer to help my peer, or I need some help and I know someone in this classroom is really good at this particular thing, so I can ask them for some assistance. This is the kind of culture we want to build. We want children to know that they're capable and that they can offer that capability to help a friend, but also that they live in a community where asking for help is important and can be, and someone else can offer it to them, not just an adult. So this larger group is important for that developing independence and that culture of supporting one another. Another important aspect of this community of children is the mixed age range. So we want to have at least a 3-year age span in the classroom. So schools kind of deal with this in different ways. Some schools have a 6 to 9 classroom and then a 9 to 12 classroom. And some schools will, simply put all the elementary children together in one classroom, a 6 to 12 environment. I've taught all 3 levels, all 3 ways, and there's benefits to each of them. So it really is what's best for your school community, what's going to make the most sense for your school in how you divide this up. The nice thing about the multi-age range in the classroom is the children get the experience of being younger and then also being older in the group. They get to the experience of being with people in a variety of different, stages of development, that everyone is developing on their own timeline, and they get to see that, not just limited to one year of age. They get the opportunity, again, with that multi-age range, to support each other, to help each other, to be the leader in something, or to learn how to follow another leader, or all the different aspects that can emerge in that multi-age setting. This multi-age setting also is, reflects more naturally what happens in the rest of society. I don't only work with a person my age. I work with all sorts of different ages in my professional life. And so the children get that experience of working with a variety of ages in their Montessori classroom. Now, we don't have a lot of control over who comes to our classrooms, right? They apply, they get placed there. We can't control for who comes to us, and that's okay. If we don't get the age span we're hoping for, or we don't quite get the number of students we're hoping for, that's okay. We can still run a really strong Montessori classroom. We have to take who we get. And we know that all children have the same characteristics that are emerging, the same human tendencies. So the approach works no matter who we have in front of us. So we can't get too caught up in the perfect sort of distribution of children. We take who we get in our classrooms, and joyfully, because there's so much to get from all of them. No matter where we are in the world, we're going to get children from all sorts of different backgrounds. Every family has its own rituals and traditions and its own culture. And we want to be sure that our classroom and our community is accepting of all of that, that all children come into our environments and feel a sense of belonging, that they feel capable of being their authentic selves in our classroom environment, that they're culture, that their family, that their traditions are all celebrated and accepted in our classroom. So when we're thinking about that community of children, we want to be sure that our community in the classroom is really accepting of every single child who comes in, that we value each child. I mean, of course we do. And that has to come through in the culture we cultivate in our classrooms. That it is a culture of here you're free to be who you are. And we build that within the community rituals and structure that we develop in our classroom. As we think about our community of children as a vital component of our prepared environment, we have to remember that this community will change, and it'll change year to year. And the main important thing is to accept each child, to really foster that self-construction in each child and within our broader community, so that every child is really able to build themselves to their optimal potential.